Hello, welcome to day 2 of the Back to Grad School Challenge. If you are unfamiliar with the Back to Grad School Challenge, it's a challenge I host every single semester, both fall and spring, for graduate students to help you prepare for a wonderful and successful semester of grad school. Now, typically I host this challenge inside of my private Facebook group, but I thought, why not just share with everyone on my YouTube channel? So I'm doing it all on YouTube this semester. And so basically every day there is a different prompt from Monday to Friday. And at the end of the week, once you build out everything and answer all of the questions in the prompts, you will have a productive weekly schedule that you can follow every single week this semester. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're here today, say hi. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're watching it later after it's live, still leave your questions. I'm happy to answer them. So yesterday's prompt was just asking you to brain dump all of your responsibilities, all of the things you want to achieve this semester, and then choose your top 2. Now, today's prompt is to take those top 2 goals and break them down into actionable steps, because just having a goal is not enough. It does not guarantee that you'll actually achieve the goal, and just setting the goal doesn't really support you in achieving or making progress towards that goal. We need actionable steps because our brains are more present focused than future focused. So setting a goal for something that you want to do in the future, it is not likely that you will on your own every day do the things you need to do to get you there. However, once you create these actionable steps to help you get to the goal and actually schedule them in, like every week I'm going to do this thing, as long as you stay on that weekly plan, you will achieve your goal or at least make progress toward your goal. And that is what today's prompt is all about: making progress towards those goals and coming up with these actionable steps to get them done. So I want you to be as detailed as possible when you create your actionable steps to achieve your goals. And by detailed as possible, I'm going to read you a few examples from some of the graduate students in my Facebook group who did this process last semester. So let's go through a couple of examples. All right, so this first person said for their goal number 1, which is to submit and successfully defend my thesis proposal, I will, number 1, review what I've written, call that draft 0, from chapters 1 to 3 from the previous semester, and fill in gaps and review overall logic. That's the first step. Step 2, research for any additional literature that I need. Number 3, revise draft 0 and include additional literature I need. This will now lead to an output that I will call draft 1. Step 4, edit draft 1 for consistency, cohesiveness, and completion of thought. Set different days for each of the chapters 1, 2, and 3. Bibliography, questionnaire, letters to respondents, and set an additional day to look at the whole document. Number 5 action step. Submit the edited draft 1 to my thesis advisor. Wait and collect inputs. Follow up in case inputs take too long to come back. Love that this person built in the time gap that it will take for her advisor to look at things. Action step number 6. Incorporate the necessary revisions and ask or suggest timelines for the submission of the revised draft. I'll now call it draft 2. Sending copies to the panel and thesis proposal defense date. Action step number 7. Administrative preparations for thesis proposal defense, printing copies, scheduling with professors and department, time and venue. Action step number 8. Look for steps on how to prepare for an actual thesis proposal defense. What kind of presentation to prepare? Will professors give comments on the document I sent, or will we go over each section during the defense? Ask former students of the advisor about the process and what to expect. So I love that this person's using their resources. And finally, action step number 9. After the thesis proposal defense proper, collect the inputs from the panel and incorporate these into the final form of the thesis proposal. This will then be printed and submitted to the department. Look how detailed this person was. They have mapped out their whole process. So now as they go through the semester week to week, they know exactly what they should be doing to achieve the goal. All right, so what I want you to do is come up with your own steps to achieve your top 2 goals. So I will share one more example. All right, so to achieve my goal of turning all assignments in on time, I will read and outline the syllabus and then create a assignment calendar due or assignment due calendar, so a special calendar just for when assignments are due. I will stay motivated to keep the momentum going by having completed the previous assignment on time. So this person wants to complete all of their assignments on time. All right, and let's do one more. Okay, so this person says to achieve goal number 1, which is start a project outline and begin researching for my master's project, I will, active step number 1, choose a topic, define objectives, do literature review, find research questions, and more. I would actually break that down into multiple action steps. Number 2, spend time in the library. Number 3, take time to go through the research material. All right, so this person had 3 action steps, and in those 3 action steps, I actually heard about 7 or 8. So this is something that happens often, is we kind of clump big projects together and say, I'm going to do this big thing. But my rule of thumb is if it takes longer than 45 minutes or longer than 1 work session to get it done, it should be broken up into multiple sub steps. The reason why you want to have these multiple sub steps or sub tasks is because it can feel kind of defeating to have the exact same thing on your to-do list day after day after day. And it looks like you're not making progress. Like psychologically, you think, oh, I'm not making progress because I still have the same thing on my to-do list and I'm not getting it done. When in fact, there are actually 5 to 7 things that are in that one step, and you are actually getting it done. You are actually making progress. So you want to make sure that when you write down your actionable steps, you show the progress that you're making. You want to break it down into those subtasks so that you have smaller chunks of things to do every single day, every single week. So this is something that we do in my focus program. Every single week, I ask them, what are your top 3 things that you want to get done this week? And then in our co-working session, so we have 24/7 co-working space, they work on those things to get done. And then at the end of the week, I come back in. All right, well, how did it go with those 3 things? Did you get 1 out of 3 done, 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 3? And so we're always checking in, making sure we have that accountability. So that is our day 2 live chat. So the main takeaway is to remember that our brains are present focused and not future focused. So you always want to break down your goals into actionable steps to determine what actual things am I going to do day to day and week to week to make progress towards our goals. So as I mentioned, I have a program called Focus. It is an accountability and productivity program for graduate students. We actually have planning sessions every single month where we do this process of breaking down our priorities for each month into action steps so that they know exactly what to do day to day, week to week. And we actually have our next planning session on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you'd like to join, this is the perfect time to join Focus because we have a planning session coming up this Saturday. We do one every month, the last Saturday of the month. So we got our planning session coming up, but also it comes right after the challenge. So you get yourself set up and then you can join this community, have these regular check-ins, have this accountability, co-work, meet some other grad students who are doing awesome things online. And this is the perfect time to join because Focus is 35% off this week. So go to theacademicsociety.com/focus and you will see how to join and see what all is involved. So I will be back here at this time tomorrow to talk through the day 3 prompt. And if you have questions, definitely ask me your questions. Share your answers to the prompts in my community tab on my YouTube channel. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about time management and how do we make sure that we have enough time to do all the things we need to do. All right. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.